was pretty good.
Closer.
That was
Yeah,
that
that's
was good.
cool.
That was
Oh,
good.
we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah. So
One day.
One
yeah.
One day.
We're back at it again with the D&D.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a fun night for these guys, mainly because I have a lot planned, and
He
see,
gonna kill us.
Decided to reveal his evil side.
yeah. I decided to have some fun. We're starting to get into some more serious stuff, so might as well.
Who would have guessed that a one shot for a fun idea can turn into this? So
Right.
Okay, please. Thank you. I need
Okay, so you guys finished up fighting the ghost lady.
yes,
Yep.
and I was leading them through the catacombs while getting drunk.
I have her sword.
Mhm. Right,
Mhm.
right. And remember that sword has yet to fully attune to you, but you do still get +1 on attack rolls. So
+1. I thought it was +2. Okay. That works.
that's +1.
I'll change it to +1.
That's no problem. But you guys have kind of been wandering around trying to find the exit. Corbett's character has misled you a few times, and some of you are getting a little unruly, specifically Blackbeard. He's been not happy with Corbett's character. He's like on the verge of committing homicide and just killing
read the
him.
map the best I can. I can only do. I've never been here before. Okay, I'm trying my best. If you think you can do better, by all means.
Well, I mean, considering you've lived above this place for what, 10 years?
I don't consider being in a jail cell for 10 years to be living in it.
Yeah, whatever. So those two are arguing on continuously.
Ah,
So while they're arguing, can I be talking to the sword and try to find out more, like, just to kind of get to know it better and be like,
Yeah.
cleaning you, you're very pretty.
So what are you asking?
So how did you end up with the sword?
Well, I have always been a part of the sword. Yet, it's confusing to think about my life before I was into the sword. Because I was around beforehand. I just don't remember it. All I know is that I provide power to the great warriors who will wield me and those who can control me, that is.
So those who can control you. So that's kind of cool because you do have a mind of your own and you're
Yes.
a beautiful thing.
Well, thank you.
Guys, I want the sword to like me. Is it bad that I want an inanimate, but it's animate?
butter
object
it up,
to like me
Mackenzie.
so
Butter up that
badly?
sword.
I mean,
Don't butter up the sword.
Butter up the sword.
in my first ever campaign, I had a friend who got stuck with orb, like a talking orb. Only she could hear it. It was a little racist. She wanted it to like her.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh yeah, by the way, the sword that you have, Kenzie, only
Yes.
you can hear it. You don't know that yet, but only you can hear it. So everybody's like looking at you weird.
Yeah,
They haven't said
her
anything.
talking to herself.
Yeah, they haven't said
How close to me is actually? Because like
She's
I
about
would
like 10. She's about 10 feet behind you. It's there. The hallways are starting to get a little smaller, so you can't really walk side by side necessarily. But
You can't,
You're
and
close
you also
enough.
can't hear me because you're arguing with Blackbeard.
okay, that's what I was just
Yeah,
saying.
that too.
You said most of us wouldn't mention anything. Jensen would totally mention something if you.
well, yeah, you're a little preoccupied with the unruly dwarf next to you.
You're practicing social distancing from her. Okay, who is it?
The dog wants you.
Okay, if this map is correct, we should be coming up at an exit. Not too far from here, a little bit farther.
So actually roll a survival check for me, Corbett, and whoever wants to can also roll perception for me.
I'm
Can
going
I
to
roll
roll the
perception?
perception.
Yeah, anybody can roll perception.
That is a 10, Simon.
A 10 on survival.
I
Okay.
got a
You're not
19
quite sure,
perception.
Corbett.
That was a guess. He's mostly just hoping to shut the door for him.
19.
What? 19? What'd you get, Molly?
18.
18?
I'm talking to the sword.
Yeah, you're not.
The sword here.
You're not paying attention at all.
I'm trying to bond with the sword, so like, I'm a better warrior.
I'm making plans for when you finally go insane and we have to off you.
That sentient sword is going to
I'm
take
keeping-
control of your body.
I'm keeping the other dwarves entertained.
Yeah.
Tales of my travels.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were all doing perception checks.
They are.
I guess it was
Yes.
perception.
That
So-
doesn't mean she can't be doing stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The two who rolled perception and got pretty high, 18 and 19. You see as you guys come up to this next corner, you can see that there seems to be light emanating from a room down another hallway. And this is the first time you guys have seen like enough light to show in the catacombs for a bit, besides your own. So it seems that you guys are getting close.
Huh.
My eyes.
It's
they
brighter
hurt.
than I remember it being.
Now this
I'm not
isn't
paying
this
any
isn't
attention.
sunlight. This is still like torchlight, but it's coming from a room down a hall.
No.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
still
assume
saying-
that there's something there.
Everybody
yeah.
just shut up. We're coming up on something.
Ooh. Maybe it's more dead things.
So as you guys continue up this hallway and you enter this room, you see that it's a room with a large fire pit in the middle that is burning. And there is a massive altar on one side of the room. And when I say massive, I mean like it would, like if three of you stood shoulder to shoulder, it would take up the full length of how long it was.
Oh, I'm thinking about it.
But on top of this altar is a large coffin. Like when I say large, I mean it would fit 4 of you in there. It's made of alabaster stone and it is emblazoned with wings on both sides.
This is.
I will resurrect it.
Don't
And
do it.
there's
Really
a-
bad feelings from this.
There's a black gem that's like on the side facing you guys, and it seems to be like in the seam of the coffin lid.
Can I do like a history check or something on it?
Yeah, go ahead.
And aside from the coffin and the fire pit, what else is in the room? Can I glance around to see if there's anything else to take
Yeah.
note of? Anything hiding?
Well, if you want it, you can either do a perception or an investigation on that.
I possibly do a religion check on this.
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay, so
I'm
I got
a
a
religion check.
15 for a history.
Okay, for that history check, when you're looking at the coffin, you remember hearing tales of the first king of the capital of the, I guess of the continent, the first emperor, and all of the tales said that although he was a human, he was larger than most people, larger height and strength-wise. So, you assume that this coffin could be holding a large humanoid thing. You're not sure, though. What you do know is that the stories of the first emperor basically said that he was more or less like a half giant.
Well,
I rolled a nat 20.
A nat 20, which one was that? Was that religion?
Religion.
Okay.
So with my modifiers, my 2.
Okay. So when you're looking at the coffin, the inscriptions on the coffin, which are like the 2 wings emblazoned on each side, you remember that the Irideli family, they worshipped the god of fire, and his symbol was the phoenix. So you know that these wings have to be phoenix wings since you guys are in the catacombs of the Irideli family underneath the capital. And you know that the fire actually in the fire pit is what's called the sacred flame. And what it is it's supposedly supposed to be like the first hearth that was made in the capital by the family that founded it.
Still burning.
And it's still burning.
I'm going to relay this information to the
Mhm.
travelers.
And I relay the information I got about the first emperor.
Okay.
I rolled a 14 on my perception check of the room.
On perception? Okay. So as you look around the room, you notice that there are no other coffins. There's like not, and there's like no shadows or anything for people to hide behind. There is like what seem to be chests or something along the walls.
Is there any
that
door?
seem very ornate. And you can't see a door outright, but you see like an archway that seems to be blocked up by bricks on the opposite side of the coffin.
I don't like this place at all.
Bad
This is all
vibes from
freaking
this.
wrong.
I want to
can
open the coffin.
No.
You want to open the coffin?
No. I will stop.
Can I stop her?
Yeah.
Well, whoever wants to stop her first, or wants to try to stop her, you're gonna have to roll a strength check, and Corey, you're going to have to roll either an athletics or acrobatics check to avoid or wriggle out of being captured.
All right, I'm gonna roll to stop.
21 on
21
acrobatics.
on acrobatics. Okay. So whoever is trying to stop her is gonna have to get above a 21.
I got a modified 20.
Ooh.
Oh.
Not good.
Well, you just barely miss snatching Corey's robe before she rushes up to the coffin. And Corey, when you go to open the coffin, you grab onto the like black gem that's there.
I miscounted, but either way, I got a 21, so like I don't. Yeah.
Right.
So my strength is a +1. I rolled
That's
a
fine.
12.
Yeah. Either way, you'd make it over there.
Corey, I need you to make a con save for me.
I knew it. She's either going to be possessed or...
Does someone want to try to reach out and stop her?
I don't know her. I don't
We
care.
can't. She's already
17.
opened it.
Yeah, she's already
What'd you
there.
say?
17.
17? Okay. So when you touch this gem, you just feel super weak and you like drop to your knees
It's
and
a vampire.
nearly pass out.
It's a vampire.
Not a
And-
vampire.
When you look back up at the
Energy
gem on the
sucker.
coffin, it starts to glow a faint like orange, and then the light from the gem goes around the lip of the coffin, and it pretty much just like enlights the whole coffin and it bursts open.
Oh, God.
Can I talk to my sword real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you have any ideas on how to get through this?
I have never seen anything like this in my entire life.
Heard any stories?
Nothing.
I think
I
the
have-
best course of action was just to avoid whatever the hell this is. Why did you open it? You idiot!
How do we get out of here?
Because-
Look at the map.
No.
Corbett, you're
no.
you're too afraid to
Flustered,
understand
I'm
anything
flustered.
on the map right now.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
It could open the brick wall. We could go that way.
What's coming out of the coffin?
Well, what's coming out of the coffin is what I was just about to get to.
Yeah.
From out of the coffin, you see a large, kind of white, withered hand reach over the lip of it. And when I say large, I mean it's big enough to, like, grasp one, like, a human-sized head fully. And it, like wraps its fingers around the edge of the coffin and it lifts itself up. And as it lifts itself up, you see just, like, this white-skinned, like almost porcelain white-skinned being hoist himself out, and he has this weird visage about him that's just like almost black stone, or like black stone and stalactites coming off of him, and his hair is long and white as well, and he rises up out of the coffin and unsheaths a sword, and you just hear deep from within his chest, "I have come to reclaim my kingdom."
Dang it.
Roll initiative.
No, Corey, you idiot. Oh, come on. Really? I'm getting new dice. That's That's
18.
Okay, 1 sec. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
12.
I got 18. I'm using my sparkly red and yellow. Ooh,
Okay.
for combat.
Simon. I rolled a total of 3, but it was a natural 1.
Okay, so you'll be going last.
Ugh. My metal dice have been put away. That's
They're under house arrest.
yes.
Corey, what'd you get?
I got 12.
Okay. Kenzie, what'd you get?
18.
18. Okay, nice.
I rolled
Molly, what'd you
15
get?
fives.
19.
All right.
Hey,
I did better than I
girl.
did.
I almost said Misty, and I'm like, you're not Misty in this.
Yeah.
Nah,
And
I'm
then
Enna,
those
but no one
guys
knows my
got-
name because I've never given my real name.
No,
better
because
call
your
it-
name in this is
But it's
Althea.
Is that better?
At that time, it was.
Yeah. So Molly, you got the highest initiative, so you were ready. Like, you've always been jumpy in this catacomb, so you are ready to go when you see this thing pop out of its coffin.
So I know you said there was no shadows to hide in, but is there literally nowhere that I can try to hide?
Honestly, you can try and hide. I'm not sure how I will explain it, but
Okay.
She's
can try and
behind
find a way to
everybody
hide.
else, and
I was
she
gonna
doesn't
say,
get.
can I just duck behind someone that's not tiny? But
Sure,
I'll
yeah,
try to
go for
A
it.
hide.
halfling thing. You can't do
Well, 18 plus 13.
Yeah. So you somehow find a way to sneak around and not get this thing's attention. You're basically walking silently around this thing. So you are hidden right now.
So who's gonna try to bust open the brick?
it. We let him bust open the brick. Let them handle with it.
That's what I was thinking.
We come in peace.
Okay, so it is the king's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he rolled higher than me.
Yes.
Yep. So this guy's gonna swing
At
at Corey.
Oh, yeah,
Corey
she's-
closes.
Fun.
oh, is she still prone too?
She's on her knees, but she can get up pretty easily.
Yeah, but if it's not her turn, she'd be prone, and that'd be an advantage.
Yeah, she would be prone. So Corey does a 17 hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, Corey.
there it is.
No.
So that is. Oh God. Oh gosh.
Oh no.
I'm gonna die, guys. It's
Corey,
fine.
please roll 6 d6 d6s, please, several times. 46s, 6 times.
So you are going to take 16 necrotic damage.
Oof.
Okay.
That's not as bad as I thought.
It's not as bad as you thought, but
Pretty bad.
he that's a moderate hit.
Yeah. Necrotic's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then he's gonna pretty much like phase through Corey and grab Blackbeard by his collar and lift him up.
I thought you were gonna say by his beard.
No. Ooh, and that's not good. You see like this white mist come out of Blackbeard and just kind of absorb into the king.
Oh.
And Blackbeard's not looking so good. He kind of slumps to the ground, but he's still standing, not very comfortable.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
Very not good. Uh-oh.
So then now it is Kenzie's turn.
Pretty much run it very quickly as a sword. You ready?
And the sword's just like, tell me what to do.
All right.
good. We are not ready. We are not ready.
We're gonna go in, and I'm gonna go for a hit.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
And I get the +1.
Mhm.
15.
You say 15?
15.
You just barely miss. You come swinging in, and he didn't expect you, but he sees you in just enough time to just kind of like turn just slightly, so you barely miss.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go in for another attack.
Go for it.
16.
That hits, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Amazing.
So I'm gonna stab him. Or slice him with the sword. And that's a 10 with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
So 5. So 5, that's 10. And 12.
You say 12 damage?
One. I'm trying to debate. Okay, so I have a savage attacker, and once per turn I can reroll. Nope, I'm gonna save it because I'm gonna attack one more time. But 12 damage.
Okay. So you swing at him, and the thing is, as opposed to the other things that you fought down here, this guy actually has like sustenance to him. Like you can feel your sword go into him.
Okay.
Thank God.
Mhm.
Alright.
He
I'm
has
gonna
a physical
attack again.
form, basically.
And you're
Okay, let's
attacking
see.
again?
Yep.
Corporeal.
That's a
He is corporeal, yes.
17.
17, that hits.
Nice.
Okay. Panic. I'm gonna roll damage. Ooh. 16.
16 damage.
16 damage.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay.
buddy.
Oh, wait.
Yes. Okay. I promise. And then, should I do a 1d4 of necrotic damage on him?
He might not. He might be immune to it. Or
I
he
mean,
might
I
have
was
gonna
healed
say-
from it.
I think I'm
You
gonna
might
say
heal
that.
from that.
Okay. Now I'm going to prepare a dodge.
Okay. Sounds good. Now
Prepare a
that
dodge?
brings. Yep. They can instead of using their movement or using their bonus action, they can decide to prepare to dodge or riposte or parry.
Who is
Wait.
it?
Okay.
Whoever's turn it is.
Oh, we can choose to do that. Okay.
Yeah, you can choose to do that instead of taking your bonus action or movement action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just preparing to dodge because I feel like it's too late for me to try to prepare another feat to read.
Yeah. So it is Corey's turn, and Corey, you feel horrible.
Good.
I mean, not good.
I'm gonna cast True Strike
Okay.
on the Dead King.
And is that something that basically just gives everybody advantage on him? or-
It
gives
allows
me
herself to
advantage.
take advantage on her next turn.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I get a brief insight to the target's defenses.
Okay. Sounds good. So that just means that you'll be getting advantage on your next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you're gonna do?
I am going to examine the coffin, see if there's any other food I can get from there.
Okay.
That's why I Corey that True Strike spell. It is a concentration spell.
Oh, that's right.
So be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm just gonna focus on the truth strike.
Okay. Are you gonna move at all?
No, because I probably will just look at.
Not even gonna stand up?
Anymore.
You're still
No, if he
prone.
thinks I'm weak, he probably won't come after me.
Good thinking.
So then that brings us to the dwarves.
Oh, what insight did I get on truth strike?
That's not how that works.
You just get advantage on your next turn.
It's not like where you learn a weakness of them. It's literally you just get advantage.
Oh, all right. So it's not like how it would be for like know your foe.
Yeah, it's not know your foe.
I should have done that.
It would be nice, but you haven't spent
scout
that
it
much
out,
time
too,
with
because
him.
we don't know it. You would only know it. So
Yeah. So, after Blackbeard has been dropped to the ground, he picks up his warhammer, and you can see that his arms are shaking, trying to hold its weight, because he's like that weak right now. Ooh, but he's good at hitting. So he kind of throws his body weight into swinging the hammer around, and he connects with the lower half of the king, and he
Does
does
he
some
shatter
pretty,
kneecap?
but he does some pretty good damage. That's a cockeyed roll. There we go.
Break.
And you can see that it kind of pushes him a little bit and staggers him, so he's confused as to why he didn't stay down, it seems.
Oh,
interesting.
so he can. So now his focus is on him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
Miss Germanium, who is the female dwarf, she loads up her crossbow bolt and just unloads and really tries to hit him in the head. And she does.
Nice.
Yes!
Really good. It's like she basically does it habitually. She just loads it and shoots, and it's exactly right in the head. So, wow, she actually rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Dang.
Okay. Right? That's how it works, right?
What's up?
Rolled a 20, that's crit, so that's double, that times the. Cool.
It works depending differently, but yeah, it's a double damage.
Yeah, so the bolt launches into this part of his head, the front cranial here, and his head whips back, and he's just oh, you can hear him groan in pain. And the bald dwarf, his name's Caden Duragar, by the way. I looked through my notes.
Nice.
Nice.
He sees how good Miss Germanium did, and he's just okay, I gotta protect my friends, and he does this motion with his hands and just launches this beam of light right at him. It's a short beam of light, but it's just boom, straight at him. Sadly, the king sees this coming, and he basically just puts his hand up and pretty much just absorbs it, or catches it with his hand.
Nice.
And it doesn't really do much. So now it is Corbett's turn.
Okay, so first question: how big is the room that we're in?
The room is about it's about 50 by 50. That's feet. It's a big room.
Okay, then this is pretty sizable. Okay, so having seen this thing come out, I was stunned at first, but I'm good now. So I'm going to run at him, and actually I'm gonna first run past him, and then I'm going to jump off Corey's back to get some air, so I can punch him in the head for my first attack.
Okay. Corey, roll a strength check, and Corbett, roll an acrobatics check.
This is awesome. Now Corbett is headless.
Yes.
Now Corbett launches himself into the
That
ceiling.
is a 21.
Okay, cool.
And that is a 11.
Sure.
Okay, so
Sure.
Corbett, you're not getting as much leverage as you want, but because of how good your roll was, you basically just use Corey's back as a springboard, and Corey, you're like flattened to the ground now.
I'm going to swing at
You're gonna need a roll to hit now.
Yeah. Swing at his head with my fist.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yes. That is a. Oh my goodness gracious me! That is a shoot. That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that does yeah, that's this. So that would be 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Okay, and then as I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna do a second strike at his side.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing. Now that's a natural 20.
Go ahead and do a max amount of damage that you would roll normally, and
Okay.
then roll again
Oh, that's brutal.
on damage. Yeah.
Okay. That is a 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is that
And-
all together?
Yeah, that's all added up together.
Okay.
And then so yeah, 15. Did you want me to add together the previous attack too?
No, you're good.
Okay. So that's 15 on the second attack, and then I'm going to expend a key point to try to make that second strike a stunning strike. So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a 13.
That is a failure. He is now stunned until the end of my next turn.
Oh wow. Okay.
Dang.
Look at Corbett go. Jeez.
So what does a stun do? Do we get advantage or do we
He
just?
cannot move.
He can't move or attack. He
I
basically
think-
loses his turn.
I think he can only choose to take a reaction or a bonus action, but only one. Let me double check if I can find it.
Question. How far is everyone away from me?
From you?
I would
Yes.
say that in general they'd be anywhere between. Well, Corbett's pretty much right next to you.
Is it
but-
incapacitated, can't move, and can't speak? Automatically fails strength and dex saves, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
There you go. So everybody else would probably be around 10 to 15 feet away from you.
Oh, and after I hit him, I ran back to my original place, so I darted away. After
Which puts you how far from me, Corbett?
That put him like 10 or 15 feet away.
So I
Okay.
ran back to my original place. So I was on the opposite side of the king from you. I ran past him, jumped off your back, punched him, and then ran back to my original place.
Can I tell the group to make sure they're at least 15 feet away in a few minutes?
Yeah, at your turn you can.
I was right in the doorway when I walked in.
Yeah, so Corbett's already like 15 feet away. Most
Okay.
people are already 15 feet away, but like Mackenzie, Blackbeard need to move.
Yeah, because I'm pretty
Okay.
close to you, Corey.
He's stunned. It won't last forever, though. Hit him now.
Yep. So that brings us back up to the top of the order, which would be Molly. Molly, you're hidden.
Yeah.
You sound unsure of yourself.
Oh no, I'm just very excited because I'm shooting him.
That's fair. That's fair.
With advantage.
Well, I rolled 2 6s for those, but
Oh.
that comes up to
A lot.
16. Yeah.
So we all get
16.
advantage.
That's
Yeah, that actually hits.
Okay. Nice.
Sneak attack.
Oh goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
Regular.
Coming out.
So
Hit him now. Hit him now. Hit him now.
10, 20, 24, 29.
Oh my
29.
God.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yep. Yep.
All right. You launch your arrow into him, and it hits him in the side, and he can't make any noise, but you can see his face kind of wince.
Suffer.
Mm-hmm. It is his turn now, and although he cannot move, cannot speak, and fails most saves automatically, he has an ability that he can do.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No is correct.
So, Corey, Corbett, Kenzie, and Blackbeard all need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, pfft. That is a 23.
Okay. Yeah,
That is
you're
a
fine.
19.
Who said that, Corey?
Yeah, 19.
Okay, cool.
23.
23. Well, Blackbeard is the only one who got hit by this, which is not good.
No, it's not.
Wait, what happened?
A orb of like white like crackling energy releases, like basically just like emanates from him, and you three managed to either get out of the way or find cover, but Blackbeard was too busy like recovering from swinging his hammer.
No, not Blackbeard.
And you see him go flying across the room, and he's motionless on the ground.
Oh no.
No.
Is he unconscious?
As far as you can tell, he is unconscious.
Oh no. If only I cared about him.
He's important. He's important.
Maybe
Very
very.
important.
Yeah.
I don't know this. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I. As
I don't know. I don't think I would know this either.
Jensen
But I'd
doesn't
still
know
feel
this.
bad because it's someone who helped you two.
He did
Yeah.
help, but he was kind of being a jerk to me in the catacombs back.
Okay, but that's because you're a jerk.
I am not.
Anyway, Kenzie, it's your turn.
Do I have advantage?
You have advantage
Attacking?
against the king. Yep.
Everybody does. Everybody has advantage on him until the end
Okay,
of my next
This
turn.
is gonna be my first attack.
Okay.
That is a 16.
Yep. That hits.
Okay. Where's my attack? Okay, 14
14 damage.
for the first one, yes.
Okay.
Alright, this is gonna be my second attack.
Was that attack, Simon, an action, or was it just a?
That would be the first attack, yes, is an action.
No, I meant the spell he cast, the king cast.
Yeah.
He's incapacitated, which means he can't take actions or reactions.
Okay. That's my bad.
Just so you know in future. So.
Yeah. Yep, yep.
16.
16 hits again.
I think it's fitting that it happened the first time.
Mhm.
Ups the drama.
Oh, yeah. That's
We gotta save him! No!
16 damage.
16 damage on that one.
Yep.
Nice, Mackenzie. Put him down.
This is my third attack.
Mhm. Fighters get to be
She
a
is a
real...
fighter. That's why. I'm like, how is
Yeah.
she? She's a fighter. That makes sense.
Yep.
You're not hitting someone at least twice every round. You have
17.
guys God's angry.
17 to hits. Yeah, no. Fighters end up, like, by level 20, they get to attack 5 times.
Without taking any bonus actions or anything. That's just them.
15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use my action surge.
You're gonna do another attack?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Another 3 attacks.
That's just one more. 4 attacks, man.
18.
Yes.
Put him down, Mackenzie. Howdy.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my savage attacker. So I'm gonna re-roll my weapon damage.
Okay, that's fine.
16 damage.
16. Okay. So you get back up close to him, in close quarters, and you're just wailing on him. Like, you're just like chunking at him, and as you're doing this, you can hear the sword's voice in your head just going like, yeah! Like screaming, like having the time of its life.
And may I take now, since I'm done, take a couple feet away?
Yeah, you can move as far away as you need to. He can't hit you, so.
Okay, because I want to get back real quick.
He's literally stuck. He's literally just a pillar.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back far enough so I don't get hurt by the kitty.
Okay.
Laughter in this one.
No, I didn't even get laughter, but I just...
Is that her name?
That's her name, yeah. So Kins just went. All right, now it's Corey's turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Shatter.
You're gonna cast Shatter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what level?
So he needs to make a con saving
Correct.
throw.
Correct.
He does not have disadvantage.
And to clarify, I'm doing this as a level 5 spell.
Oh
Well,
man.
he's not a disadvantage on that, Simon, so it'd be a straight roll. It's a
Right.
Yes.
He rolled a 16.
Okay, so he's only going to take half damage. So
That's fine.
yeah.
Go. That's still
Go
what? 3.
Okay,
level-
so
it's a level
because
2
I'm doing
spell.
it as a
That's still 68.
yeah, that's still 68. So
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage, and
he's gonna take 15 thunder
15,
damage.
and that's halved.
Yeah, that's the half.
Okay.
That has been halved already, or
Yeah, that's
That
been
was
halved.
halved.
okay.
So you get this orb of just heat and thunder and just pure force in your hand, and you just lob it right at his chest, and it hits him, and it makes the loudest thunderclap within the catacombs, almost so much that it shakes the foundation.
Oh god.
And he goes flying 15 feet across the room and lands on his back. He's not unconscious though, he just can't move.
He's just a blank.
Mhm.
Oh, that means now we get. We would already have advantage on him normally, but now is he prone? Do we get double advantage?
No, you would just still have advantage.
I
You
had-
tried.
I had to ask.
You tried.
I never knew double advantage was a thing. I'm okay
Some
if this
DMs
has
allow
advantage on
it. It is. Some DMs allow it. It really depends.
Some DMs allow it. That's for like the really, really like, oh, we're just gonna have like super, super fun, and it's gonna be really hard fights. But I'm not a fan of that.
Hey,
Had to
fair
ask.
enough.
Had to ask.
Mhm.
Well,
So does
here
the
it is, we
dwarves'
still
turn.
have advantage, though.
Yes, we still have advantage.
You do still have advantage.
Even if he wasn't stunned, since he's prone, he doesn't have advantage. But since he's stunned, yes.
Okay. So Blackbeard failed his first death save.
Oh no!
Mr. Germanium,
You could have just said he sat there and not told us that he did that save.
I should have told you that. Yeah. Mr. Manium, after seeing him fly across the room and become unconscious, she rushes over to him to start healing him.
Oh, thank God.
Well, Les.
And Caden, he looks around at the ground, and from the shaking of the room that you guys were in, some stones kind of fell. He picks up one of the rocks, and he just starts like charging it in his hand. He looks really angry, and he just like snipes it right at him. Ooh, that's good. That's some good stuff.
We like the good stuff.
Too.
Well, we like the good stuff when it benefits us.
Oh yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not big bad evil guy.
From the last time you guys saw him do this, this one seems to move with more speed, and it almost seems like a bullet, like just a bullet flying through the air. And you just hear like crunching sounds once it hits the king on the ground, and you can tell that it like cracked ribs or bones.
I want to deliver the final blow.
We'll see what happens.
See what happens.
It is Corbett's turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my 55 movement to run over to him. I think I still got plenty of movement even after running over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I run over at him, and he's prone. So I'm actually going to climb on top of his chest now, and I'm going to wail on his face.
Okay.
First one to hit. That is a 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Oh, and that is a 12 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend the key point now to reapply Stunning Strike. So,
Okay. And what is he going to make con?
Constitution saving throw.
That is a 19.
16. So it is not reapplied.
Okay.
But I'm going to punch him a second time. That is 27.
Hit. Yeah, that hits.
Oh, that's not as good. That's only 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And I've already spent one. I'm going to spend another key point to do Flurry of Blows. So punch.
All right.
21.
Yep.
That is another 12 points of damage. Followed by another 26. So another.
Mhm.
And only an additional 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And then
So
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to jump off of him and then run over to closer to the coffin, like get myself a distance away from him again with the rest.
Okay.
Of
you put about 15 feet between you and him,
That's good.
and
Now the stun is off of him.
yes. And as soon as you hop off his chest, you can hear him like inhale, and he just like slowly rises up again, and he's levitating now.
Taller man got taller. That means you're just gonna fall harder.
mhm.
So no prone advantage.
No prone advantage, no advantage anymore in general.
Ow.
So that brings us to Molly.
Maybe I should have tried for the second stunning strike. I wanted to punch him.
So bonus action hide.
I want to start wailing at him.
So that's a 23.
Yeah, you're fine. Like, he still hasn't noticed you from the last time, considering you rolled like a 38.
And then I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah, of course.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
Do the damage.
Molly's insane amount of damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's still sneak attack too. So.
Okay. So that's 20, 8 plus 5,
That'd be 32.
33. Because 8 plus 5
Yeah.
is 13. So yeah,
Okay.
33.
33 points of damage.
All right. You launch another arrow into him again, and it just sounds horrible as it enters, and he's obviously in pain.
How much health does he have?
Well,
Good.
Good
please let
amount.
me finish him off. Please let me finish him off.
The kid
Um,
really wants to finish him off.
So it is his turn.
Oh no. Who's he mad at? I'm curious.
Oh, he's mad at everybody.
Oh. It's not one.
Who is he particularly mad at?
Not just one of us.
I don't know.
So
I'd say Corbett.
I mean, I was standing on his chest, punching him in the face repeatedly.
Yeah.
he's gonna go ahead and pretty much rush through and like just be swinging his sword as he goes along.
Okay.
So that is a 21, and I'm gonna ask people who would be in his path what your ACs are. So Corbett, what's
16.
your AC? 16? Okay. Yep.
Wait, no, I backed away.
You did back away, but he is rushing towards you.
He's rushing past us. I backed away too, but
Okay.
he's like charging all of us and passing us.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. And then Corey.
14.
I don't think any of us have an AC that's over 20, so.
Yeah, no.
No.
So that means
Familiar out now.
Is this gonna hurt?
it will. It will.
That's a good sign, everybody, when your DM says that.
This is my new familiar. We no longer have a cat.
Hey, if you can change your familiar to look like a dog, cast a
So
spell.
everybody
Familiar would be a fox.
who was hit is going to
Mhm.
take 29 damage.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not bad. I'm down to 1 HP left, guys.
Oh, who? Corey?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Corey, no. Oh, you're still alive though. Single hit point. Oof.
And he turns around and hold on, real quick, I need to see if that's recharged.
I should have.
It is.
I said some choice words in halfling.
He's gonna do another one of those big energy bursts. So Corey and then the 2 dwarves are gonna need to make dex saving throws.
Oh, thank God, not me.
Not me either. I wasn't terribly.
Oh. Okay.
Nat 20.
Nah.
Okay, Corey, you're good. You basically, after being slashed at a ton, you are like, I'm done. You run to the other side of the coffin.
Hi, welcome to the coffin.
Miss Germanium is fine. She's pretty much like shrouded herself enough that she can like help heal
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard. Caden, on the other hand,
Kaden.
My baby.
he was like still looking. He was like looking at the ground trying to find another stone and didn't notice that he was doing this again. So the big white burst of energy pops up again, and it blasts him backwards, and he's dazed, but he's not knocked out.
That's good.
Okay.
He does not look good though. He's very hurt. And that is the king's turn.
My turn.
Finish,
Kenzie's turn.
finish him, Mackenzie.
Destroy him.
Make the
Okay, this is
sword
gonna be my
happy.
first out of 3 attacks.
Make the sword happy.
18.
18 hits.
I did 10.
Thank you. I was looking for.
Okay, 15, 16, 17 damage.
17. Very good.
How's the king looking?
He's pretty beat up, but it's hard to tell just because he seems so ethereal. I don't know how to describe it. He seems more spirit than human.
But he's still more human than the other spirits they've fought.
Yes. He's still more human. He's more corporeal than the other ones. So you can feel him, but you can't perceive him very well.
He's kind of see-through, almost smoky-like.
Yeah, smoky. Smoky is a good word for it.
Hey.
I
Give me a
punch
20.
smoke. That's how much of a badass I am.
Give me 20.
Actually, I punch ghosts. That's...
Modify 20?
Modified 20 hits.
Okay, and is it just the one?
The one what?
The 1 damage. Like, it doesn't add up to anything else.
No, I don't know what you mean. Just roll damage
The
normally.
damage for that attack out of 20 is doubled. You don't add the bonuses, but like the base, like the dice roll, that's double, but the bonus that you add on to it is not doubled. So like if it's a D8, it'd be basically 2 D8s plus whatever normal bonus.
Okay.
So it's if it's a mod 20, it's a regular attack.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a mod,
Okay.
not a natural 20. Okay.
4, 9.
11 for the second damage.
Okay.
Wait, third damage. Well, this hits. The second hit. 5 Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, like I can.
Nice. We believe you.
Okay.
So, Kenzie. How are you ending this?
Oh,
Okay.
he's so happy.
I'm just so happy I got the ending kill. I didn't think this far. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is he's a tall boy, right?
He's pretty tall.
Can I do like one of those like kind of like really cool like anime jumps and then chop the head off and like go like hit it and then I spin around as I land and I do like a cool like
Yeah,
move?
totally.
Cool.
Totally. So you hop up and
Behead him.
you behead him, and as you behead him, you see him pretty much. I don't even want to say dissolve, but you see him shrivel and shrink down into a somewhat sizable human. He's still like 7 feet tall, but he's human size now as he's laying on the ground, motionless. Congratulations, guys.
I just feel like I got the final kill.
We did it.
Woo.
I search the body.
Okay.
Immediately run up to search the body.
I searched the coffin.
I will also search the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
that
clean
is
off my
a-
sword.
Sure.
16 for me, Simon.
Okay. You actually don't find anything of value on the body. You find, the robes. That's about it.
Would that just be investigation check?
Nope, they're chests.
Just roll
You just go
flat.
over and open them.
Oh, you were looking
Okay,
at the chests?
18 for the
What's
coffin.
that? What'd you say, Corbett?
I was asking her if she said the chest or the coffin.
I said coffin.
Oh, you said the coffin. Okay.
I also said coffin.
Oh, you did? I
Yeah.
thought you guys were talking about the chests.
I mean, I can go look at a chest.
I was gonna run over to the chest after the body, so.
I mean,
That's fair.
I'll go after a chest.
So Corey, when you looked through the coffin, you found that there's like this rod in there. It's pretty dirty,
Gross.
or it seems like pretty dusty, so it doesn't seem very important.
Mm-hmm.
But as you lay your hand on it and kind of wipe away some of the dust, you see that it's inlaid with gold, and it's like a red wooden rod with gold inlay on it.
Royal scepter.
And it's shaped. It's shaped at the top. It's shaped in almost like a crown shape, but not necessarily. It's more of like, just like an ornate top to it.
All right.
Who was going to a chest first? Molly?
Oh, I'll go after her. But yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna check the chest after I was done with the body. So.
So Molly, you go over to one of the chests, and when you open it, you see that you notice it's a little longer. But looking through the chest, you see inside of it, wrapped in this almost velvet cloth, is this ornate rapier. And when I say ornate, it's not like gem encrusted or anything,
Yeah.
but it is similar to Corey's rod that she got. It has red base features with golden hilt inlays, with a large base blade guard that kind of wraps up to the edge of the sword.
Nice.
It just looks really nice. So you have that
I
now.
immediately just am like, new sword.
Yep.
I'm gonna run over to a different chest than her.
Okay. Corbett, you rummage through this chest, and there's some clothes in here that don't seem very important until you find these pair of boots. And this pair of boots have on the side of them, like in the leather, is engraved the same wings as what is on the coffin.
Really?
Yes. And then on the top, they are brimmed with very nice, like rabbit fur, so they're very warm too. So really nice.
I usually want to wear shoes, but these are really nice. Pop them on.
And then,
Can I
so as you're walking towards this next chest, you're like talking to your sword, and the sword was like, "I really liked that." That was really fun.
Do I get any more like points with her?
Yes. So you have attuned one more level to it.
Yes, I'm at +2.
So you have a +2 to attack rolls, and how many dice are you able to do for necrotic damage once a day?
1d4.
So you're gonna do 1d6 now.
Okay.
But the sword is like, we should keep doing that. That was a lot of fun.
I'm going to respond. Yes, it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of terrifying, but yeah, it was kind of fun too, I guess. You're just talking aloud, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
So
Oh,
Kenzie,
shoot,
when you get to
dwarf,
this
dwarf,
next,
okay. Are you
get to this
dwarves
next
okay?
chest. Oh, the dwarves are fine. They're kind of taking care of each other, and Blackbeard is now coherent. He's still a little out of it, but he's stable.
Yay.
Caden is holding his side, and he's in pain, but he's like, I'll make it, I'll be fine. And of course, Miss Germanium is like untouched. She's perfectly fine.
All right.
So in this chest that you look through, Kenzie, it's a little smaller, but inside of it are like different types of jewels and jewelry. None of it is like, you don't perceive much of it to be of value. And as you're like rummaging through the chest, you get closer to the bottom and you can feel a ring.
Okay.
Feel a ring.
One ring.
And when you pull it out, it seems very bland. It's a wooden ring. And around the rim of it are these different carvings. And they look to be animals. Different animals.
What would
Carved
it
into
be?
the side of the ring.
What would it be to kind of see if this ring, like what this ring may be, or what it might do?
You would need to roll Arcana.
Okay, I'm on it.
Identify stuff.
Yeah.
Does
Does
it
anybody have a-
tell me anything?
A 12 doesn't tell you much. You just think that it's a nice ring, but you do get the feeling that it is used in some sort of magical way. Seems like
Okay.
it's used for some sort of magic.
Because I'm really curious. I'm gonna put it on.
Okay. You put it on, and you don't really feel anything. You don't feel anything.
Oh my god, can I talk to animals now?
I don't know.
I think everything.
So,
Okay.
with that, everybody has gotten a piece of treasure. Everybody has put in their effort to kill the king again.
Woo!
Um,
Killing kings, guys.
Oh my god.
We level up again?
You guys are going to level up again.
Yes.
Guys.
Okay. Are we stopping there, or can we continue?
We're going to stop there. It's time for us to sign off. So,
I'm curious.
Yeah, but we haven't done geek recommendations yet.
we haven't done
We haven't.
recommendations. You're right.
We don't have much time. It's past 10.
It's okay. We can
all I know-
quickly say our recommendations.
All I know is I am now ready to talk to anything and everything.
Oh, shoot.
And I did the final blow to both kings.
That's true. You did. I
That's
didn't
easy.
realize that.
Kenzie the King Slayer.
To be fair, though, I think I helped out a lot with the studying.
That was I was not expecting that. I thought that he would have been able to pass that, but I rolled so poorly on that.
You're lucky then.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do geek recommendations real quick.
Woo.
So I had you guys watch the first episode of Love is Blind.
It's a weird show. They have a good concept. It's very interesting. I'm just not the biggest fan of it because I first started watching this with my roommates back on campus, but she watched it all the way through, but I've sat in episodes here and there.
All right.
Lots of drama.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Especially
be
with-
honest. I forgot about Geek Commendations this week, and I feel terrible.
Me too. Really the only ones that I got to were Kenzie, and I heard one of the songs off of Molly's album that she requested.
Yep.
Nice.
But yeah.
I'll give it just because it's not my forte, but like with the whole social experiment thing, I'm kind of like having that play a part in it. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 room talks.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Up next, we have Simon's Nikki Jakey YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Very
I-
interesting.
Did you guys like it?
I watched the video where it was like parroting dating reality TV shows.
Those are funny.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I watched the music video.
Okay.
It was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I love his music, but I prefer his actual like video game videos that he talks about. So yeah.
I think I will give this a 4 out of 5 comedies.
Nice.
Because I have to watch one of his gaming videos and not the music video. The music video I'm gonna kind of give a 2 out of 5. Black lipstick.
Yeah, he's weird.
Yeah. Next we had Puffin Force D&D stories from Kinsey.
Right.
See, I love any animated D&D story or any narrated D&D story just because I'm so into the realm of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I obviously was a huge fan. The animation style personally for me wasn't my favorite, but it was still some good stories. So really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Gave me some ideas for later stuff.
I watched the absurd video, and
Yes.
I love that character. I'll just leave it at that.
I would normally love that character only if he wasn't made out of spite. That's the only drawback from him.
Yeah.
Made purely out of spite. See, that just adds more to it.
Right.
So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 multi-classing in every single class.
I love that one so much.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5 fancy green fur coats, just because of the way he was animated. So he just looks disgusting. So yeah.
And next we have the Wake Up Sunshine album from Molly.
Oops, sorry. I got excited.
Someone needs to check on All Time Low. Make sure they're okay.
Yeah, they're doing fine. They keep having happy hours on Twitch. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was a big fan of Monsters with Black Bear.
See, that's the one I
Yeah.
listen to, and I like it a lot.
I enjoyed it.
It's one of my favorite songs off of their new album.
Mm,
It's a very catchy song.
yes.
Definitely.
I like it when people can successfully mix like alternative and hip hop together, and it works. So
Yeah.
it sounded good.
Yeah, I definitely give it a 5 out of 5 boys making noise in the basement.
I cried at that song, not gonna lie, because it's
Sad.
literally about where they started, and it was
Yeah.
just a moment of, I'm happy they succeeded.
Yeah.
I'm giving it 5 out of 5 monsters.
Yes. And I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 rock and roll band members because there are 4 of them.
There are
So
of them.
I love them
Oh.
dearly.
All right, and so then Corbett gave us 2. I was only able to get to Alone. I didn't have a chance to watch the Star Wars fan film, but I really liked it. I thought it was an interesting concept.
Mm-hmm.
Was Alone the one with whereas people are actually like dropped into the wilderness Bear Grylls styles and they have to, you know,
Well, it's more than Bear Grylls style because unlike Bear Grylls, they have no camera crew. They're completely on their own, and unlike Bear
right.
Grylls, they literally only have a single backpack and stuff, and they have to. It's last man standing. So
Yeah. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
terrifying.
Terrifying.
It was interesting. I didn't watch. So Hulu only had season 3 to like 6. They didn't have like
Okay.
1 or 2.
okay, so that's fine. So I didn't know how much they had. So
Mhm.
But it's interesting. It's definitely something that my mom and stepdad would watch. But
I'm sure it's not for everybody. It's just an interesting show, though. So
Yeah.
I mean, I watched Survivor, but that's because of the games.
yeah, Survivor was cool to watch. So
I am giving this a 4 out of 5 backpacks.
I didn't actually watch it. I just knew what it was, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass on my judgment because I can't make a good enough rating.
4 out of 5 bears. And then I watched the Star Wars one too. I actually enjoyed that a lot.
oh, wasn't it cool?
Yeah, it was actually really cool with the effects they had and everything. Like it was really interesting, and because I recently got into Star Wars kind of this year, like it actually made sense. So I wasn't.
Yeah. So for a fan film, it is amazingly done. So
Oh yeah. So I'll give that one 5 out of 5 Vaders.
nice. So, it's funny you
All
brought up
right.
the bear thing too, because there was an episode of Alone where a military guy literally dropped off on the first day because he saw a pile of bear poop, and he immediately quit right then. So
That's smart.
Nice.
I would not mess with a bear. So
All I gotta do is just be bigger.
yeah, that works.
It does.
So my recommendation this week, it's another YouTube playlist. It's from the Bearded Bard, and it's called Grothnar and Friends. Grothnar and Companions. And I shared it in our Facebook group chat, but I'll share it with you guys again. And it's hilarious. I love Grothnar. Grothnar is my new baby.
All right.
Unless you want to go second.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go. So this is a very new thing that has come out, and it's on Adult Swim. It's by one of my favorite YouTube personalities. He's called Psychic Pebbles.
Okay.
Very strange man. But it's a show called Smiling Friends. And the art is by him, and he voice acts like 90% of the characters.
Yeah.
So this is Smiling Friends
Okay.
on Adult Swim.
I'm down.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird, and you guys are probably going to be very uncomfortable by it.
That's fair.
But it's funny.
Well, mine's another YouTube thing. Another D&D related thing. I will be geekamending the Critical Role Doom Eternal one shot.
Okay.
Right, the day before Doom Eternal released, Critical Role was given permission by Bethesda to do a Doom Eternal themed one shot, and it is an incredibly fun time where you get to see them play as demons the entire time.
Oh, they're playing as demons.
They're playing as demons. So professional voice actors playing as demons, breaking into a facility to kill a guy, and it is an incredibly fun time. And if you know anything about Doom, you're probably gonna completely geek out throughout the entire thing.
Nice.
Yeah. It's about 3.5 hours average for a Critical Role episode, but it's only the one. So
they got to fit everything in there. So
but it is incredible. It is such a fun time. You will not be bored. So
All right.
I am going to geekamend a Netflix series called Dairy Girls.
Dairy Girls?
I love Dairy
Yes.
Girls.
It's about a bunch of like high school aged girls in Ireland during I think it's the 90s.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of like
conflict between them and Britain, and it's just hilarious to watch as they exist.
Wait. Is it during the IRA Civil War?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
That's late
Hilarious.
80s. That's late 80s, early
Yep.
90s.
Clinton.
Man.
Clinton is president during
Oh.
this time.
Yes.
Yes. So actually, that'd be mid 90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like ending-ish,
Yeah,
middle
it's
to
like-
ending of the conflict.
The
Yep.
tail end. It's so good.
Mhm.
It's very good. I
Interesting.
watched it with my sister over spring break, like actual spring break, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Molly, I'm going to say this ahead of time now and apologize. I do not have Netflix, so I probably will not be able to watch it. So
Oh, don't worry, Corbett. I will figure out a way for you to get to it.
the way she worded that has me scared.
Yeah.
Worry's
Okay.
always worrisome.
So I watched the
If I
trailer.
see my mom again, she's going to come over here, break down my door, and force me to watch it.
So I was watching this video game trailer, and the music behind it was very interesting. So I looked up the music, and so I'm gonna have you guys listen to a band,
Okay.
but it's
All
not a
right.
normal band. Their name is okay. I'm probably gonna butcher this, so if anyone out there knows them, please do not hurt me. But it's Heilung or Heiling. Either way, it's German for healing. So this group of people, they experiment with folklore bands made up, and they're from Denmark and Germany, and their music is kind of I'm reading their wiki page because I don't have this all memorized. But so their music is based on texts and runic inscriptions from Germanic people from the Bronze Age, Iron Age, and the Viking Age.
Oh.
Wow. And it's like their music is supposed to kind of like leave you like healing and just kind of calm and relaxing. But it also has like but their music is about like Norse deities and like Valkyries and such. So it's like really interesting.
Nice.
I'm down.
Yeah. So like it's really interesting. So I'm gonna have you guys listen to their it's Frutha album. And you can like pick any of the songs from there.
All right.
But yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know if they're on Spotify, but I know they're on Apple Music.
Okay.
I could probably find them on Spotify.
Or
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, just post links. If you can find it on YouTube, just post that in the Slack channel. It'll be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then next week I'll get into like what video game they
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
All right. Well, good show, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you all for
Mhm.
tuning in. And as always, you nerd it here first.